Welcome back to the Cozy Cottage Homestead. I am Rebecca, and today we are going to make something absolutely delicious. If you like sourdough, you might want to check this recipe out. It is going to be called Tasty Sourdough Chocolate Chip Cookies, and we're going to make some today. I'll go over the ingredients first, just so we'll get that out the way. Then I'll just kind of move through it and make the cookies. So this is what you're going to need. 1 stick of butter. We have it right here. We need, excuse me, a half a cup of our sourdough starter. We need 1/4 cup of brown sugar. 1/4 cup, you can use sugar. I'm using Splenda Stevia blend. You need 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of vanilla, a half a teaspoon of salt, right? 1 teaspoon of baking soda. We got our egg, we got our vanilla. We're going to do 1 cup and 1/4 of flour. You can use any kind of flour that you would like. I'm going to use a half a cup of peanuts. Mine are unsalted, dry roasted, unsalted. You can use salted. Might be reduce your salt if you use salted. I'm using mini chocolate chip morsels, and I think that is it. It is not a whole lot of ingredients. This recipe could easily be doubled, and you can make, I think it's going to make about 10 to 12 large, what I call large adult size cookies. You could double it. It would make probably close to 24 if you didn't go too crazy with your measurements. And we're just going to use an ice cream scoop dipped in oil. We're going to scoop the dough out like that. And the oven temperature is going to be at 350 for 8 to 10 minutes. Check it at the 8 minutes and see what it looks like. If you reduce the flour to 1 cup, you'll probably have a little bit of a chewier cookie. If you add the 1/4 a cup extra, you should have more of a thicker texture, not really cake-like, but chewy cake-like texture. So you can kind of play around with the recipe and figure it out. It's not, that much. I know a lot of people are scared to mess around with recipes, think they're going to mess something up, but I do that a lot. I come up with my own recipes, my own thing. But these are absolutely tasty chocolate chip sourdough cookies. So let me bring y'all in closer so y'all can see exactly what we're doing. And I do apologize for the glare. It is a bright sunny day here in Louisiana. We have lower humidity, but we're still getting right on up there to 95 every day. But the lower humidity makes it feel great. And it makes you want to get out there and get some work done. So anyway, let's get started. The first thing we're going to do, butter, kind of leave it at room temperature. It'll make it easier. Forgot to grab me a spoon. Please forgive me. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get that in here. Alright, now we're going to add our 1/4 cup of the brown sugar. And I know you can get this in a stevia type. I just haven't got any yet, so I'm going to use up everything that I have first before I get some of that. This is Stevia Splenda blend. Also, you could use sugar. And I'm actually going to try to do the recipe more and try to make it even more of a less of a sugar. Make it more of a sugar-free by not adding the brown sugar, which the stevia will help with that. But I think there's a way that I can do it that'll reduce it even more than even using artificial. But not on this video. Okay, so what we're going to do now with that, we have the sugar combined and the butter. So we're going to use, you can use a bread, forgot what you call it, cutter. And I like to use it, that's why the butter is softened. we want to combine it together by hand. This seems to work good. You could actually use a mixer if you want it. Okay, so our next ingredient is, I think we're going to have to grab another spoon here in a minute. Alright, because I don't want to use my other spoon. I have my sourdough starter spoon is just for it. So now we want to do 1 egg beaten. This is a farm fresh egg, so we always crack it. Make sure it looks good first. And you want to add a beaten egg. So it's been kind of at room temperature. Takes me a minute to get set up for my video, so it done warmed up a little bit. Alright, we're going to add 1 beaten egg. And now we are going to add, actually we're going to mix it a little bit first. And then we'll go, and I know I can mix it with this little spoon, and I may just trying to stir it in. And these are very buttery, so I said they are tasty. Okay, that did pretty good. Now we're going to add our vanilla and our half a cup of starter. This is homemade vanilla, in case you're wondering what the strange looking jar is. 1 tablespoon. And now this is my sourdough starter. I'm going to give it a stir first. She is very healthy and very happy. Probably seen on the community post that I just made some large loaves of sourdough sandwich bread. But we're going to need only a half a cup of this starter. Okay. Didn't make too much of a mess, so that's always a good thing. We're just going to go ahead and add that starter in here. Alright, so we're going to mix that in, stir it in. It mixes pretty good. So after we do the vanilla and the starter, we're going to add our flour and our salt and our baking soda. So we have our flour and our salt and our baking soda. We're going to stir all of this in. It may start to looking like it's a little too dry at first. But cookie dough is generally really thick. You don't want to overdo it, but you want to make sure it's combined good. And because of it being cookie dough, that's why I don't use the blender or the hand mixer, because it's going to get thick. And it just, I don't know, I don't like cleaning all that extra stuff, and I don't want to burn up my blender or my hand mixer. And see, it's really, really, really thick. Now we're just going to stir in our half a cup of, I'm thinking it was even a half a cup, yeah. It says a half a cup of one or the other, or I end up doing both. So half a cup of dry roasted peanuts and a half a cup of miniature chocolate chip morsels. And now we're just going to try to fold that in. You also could use raisins if you wanted to, if you were allergic to peanuts. So you can definitely change it up. Walnuts, dried cranberries, blueberries. You can change it up and do a lot with it to make it to your liking. Alright, see y'all, it is extremely thick. Okay, so we got everything picked up. Got the oven preheated at 350. Now we have our cookie scooper. A while ago, y'all, my head was chopped off, which I'm sure some of you probably would like that too. But anyway, so we're just going to scoop it in there. My hands are going to get messy. I don't know how to make cookies without getting my hands messy. So if that bothers you, sorry, sorry, sorry. So it's going to be a really nice, hope y'all can see, it's a nice size scoop. And I get it off the sides. Sometimes I don't have to touch it, but usually it gets more on there than what I want. And put them about, I don't know, this is a big cookie sheet, so I'm going to probably put 3 across there. And I have oil right here that I dip my little ice cream scoop in. Yeah, not a professional YouTube channel. Guess what? Probably never will be. But speaking of professionals, while I'm doing this, do a little chit-chatting. The Cozy Cottage Homestead does have a new little manager. Well, y'all know I went to see my granddaughter for her birthday, and my grandson is 10, and we were talking about Ma Becca's YouTube channel, and he was giving me a whole bunch of tips and ideas, because he's my little manager now, on how to help grow Ma's YouTube channel. Y'all, he is so sweet. He was trying to give me some pointers. He's probably going to be who knows what when he grows up. He's so smart, so intelligent. So, I know he supports my channel. He watches my channel. My grandkids, my son, my daughter-in-law, all of them do. We had such a great time whenever I went up there to spend time with them. We made some beautiful cupcakes. I didn't make the cupcakes, but I helped decorate them. Me and my daughter-in-law shared some of my ideas for decorating a cupcake that she had never seen. So she was very appreciative to learning how to make those cupcakes look beautiful for her daughter's 7th birthday. So we had a great time. Everything went good. The trip was good. The weather was good. Everything was great. So let's see, how many did we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So see, we got 11. I was going for 12. So that just means some of them are probably a little bigger than the others. Guess what? That's okay. I'm not going to try to fool with them. I think they look great like they are. So anyway, 350. Let's put these in the oven. I'll put them in the middle rack. And we're going to set our fancy timer since our oven doesn't have one. So I have this old-timey looking timer. You have to wind it all the way back to 0 and then make it go right back around to what you want. And we want to start off at about 8 minutes. So we're going to let the timer go, and when it goes off, I'll bring you back and we'll see what our delicious, tasty chocolate chip sourdough cookies look like. Oh my, I wish y'all could smell them. And if you could only taste them. Oh my goodness, y'all just have no idea. Something just special about making home wholesome snacks and treats for your family. If you ever have the time to read the ingredients on maybe even some of your favorite cookies, you might be surprised at what you would find in there. These are mostly all natural, fresh ingredients. Sourdough is better for the gut health. It's just, I don't know, and the peanuts in them make them so tasty. It has a roasted, even a little bit more roasted crunch to it. So if you like that crunch, you're probably going to be in love with these chocolate chip. Oh my manager's going to get on to me. My tasty chocolate chip sourdough cookies. Chocolate chip cookies. I'm going to go ahead and eat that one little peanut. My manager says I need to start tasting more food on the videos. That helps. I don't know why. But I'm going to go ahead and take some advice from my little grandson and see if it helps some. You know? I mean, all you can do is try, right? So, that's it for today. Got our tasty sourdough chocolate chip cookies. Give it a try. I'll put the recipe in the description below. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And also, if you haven't noticed, there's a new hype button. So what's all the hype about? Well, if you hit that hype button, it helps keep my channel in the algorithm. It like gives me an extra little smiley face, I guess, or a thumbs up saying, hey, this channel's got some good content, so let's push it out a little more. So that's what they say. It gives you points and it puts it out into the algorithm. So if you like my channel and brings you joy, happiness, or you just get a kick out of laughing at me, being silly, whatever, go ahead and hit that hype button, hit the like button, subscribe, and don't forget to leave friendly comments. They're all frugal, they're all free. So if you like what you see, go ahead and do some of those things so that I know y'all are enjoying the content and y'all are liking it, and it helps my channel grow and reach more people. So, farewell, and thanks for joining me, and I hope everyone has a blessed week. So farewell, Homestead family, friends, and neighbors from the Cozy Cottage Homestead. Y'all need to give these a try. Very delicious.